Speaking of getting burned, here comes a man right now who, if he did not use sunscreen on certain parts of his body, today could be a very, very long day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Steiny and Goo. Steiny, you look like Steiny.
Yeah.
And then Goo, you look like an 80s pop star today. So, my man.
He looks like one of the Jackson brothers.
El DeBarge has
Tito
walked
Jackson,
into the room.
No doubt, dude.
Oh, man, you got
It's too
much. Wow. And to think I got out my car like nothing was, like I was good. The Hegan goes, did you lose the boss? Did you lose a bet? Wow. That hurt.
That did. No, you look great.
Well, can I give you the backstory? And I won't go long.
The Backstreet
So the wife and I bonded in Vegas.
Twitch and YouTube.
Things are good at the home front. Vegas, we bonded.
Good.
So I had this since last Christmas, and I hadn't worn it.
Shout out Wham.
So today I'm trying to, throw her a bone. So I just threw it on, thinking these guys would be mature enough, but just fell out his chair.
Wait a minute.
You can't wear that.
You left home on your way to a sports radio station, and the thought went through your mind, these guys will be mature enough for that.
As soon as I slapped the car key, as soon as I got off the second floor, I said, No, seriously.
And the Higgy comes in, he goes, guys, tell him to go to YouTube and tell him to look.
I didn't do that, did he? Oh, man.
The YouTube numbers. The YouTube
come out
numbers.
here and look. I want you to tease it.
Hey, I've been here for
YouTube.
I've been here for almost a year. He has never pulled me out of this studio in the middle of the show. He pulled me out. He goes, you got to get. I thought I was getting fired. He's like, you need to come here. You need to come here right now. This cannot wait until after the show. Come right now. Take 2 steps out. It's
incredible.
Boy, you smell good, too. What are you wearing right now? Like, what are you, no, seriously, what are you wearing?
You guys, boy.
Good job, Dibs.
Yeah.
Dibs also playing
How about that, Willard? This is 50.
This is the flex moment of the day. On the Twitch channel.
If you can tell, I'm blushing.
Right, I actually can't. Rhino707, this was worth the tune-in, LOL.
I'm telling
people
you.
are loving it.
Yeah.
I mean,
where is your undershirt? Steiny looks hella hot today. I used to rock him like that in the early 2000s.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You can't spell guns without GU. That might have been me who said that.
that was you. That's pretty good.
The YouTube numbers are heading toward Warrior playoff numbers right now because of these guns.
Boy.
Wow.
A lot of Second Amendment references with the guns,
You can't spell guns without doing. That was you. That was you.
He's now violent. He once wore something like this on a plane.
Oh, man. We're going to Vegas, Willard. I had a tank top
Oh, my God.
You gotta look at armpit hair in the studio. If you can see armpit hair, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's also a sweater. It's like, I know you're itchy. I know. Yeah. Try to pretend like you're not itchy.
No, is that wool?
Yeah, I've been going to the gym, so I felt like I've had some gains, and that's why I threw the thing on. Even though,
Tenderloin Dad says we got an open spot for you in our '80s rock and roll cover band.
Willard, that was the one that
Chris hit us with you look like a retired Boys to Men backup.
Oh my God.
Retired though. That hurt.
Oh man.
Well,
anyway, he really
Yeah,
thinks it's important for the Giants to re-sign Rodon.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Willard.
I'm with you. Yeah, you are. You're listening to 95.7 The Game,
H-Town.
also known as Boys to Men after the show. kgmz-fm and HD1 San Francisco, always live on the Odyssey app. Okay, go ahead. What's your Rodon
I had
take?
2 things.
I'm having a hard time looking at you.
But first from YouTube, DG says it's his prerogative. Shout out Bobby Brown. So it just doesn't stop.
Oh, man. You guys got some material.
95.7 The Gains from Paul Daco.
Wow.
People have got jokes on the tube.
Yeah, you guys got them, too.
Yeah.
Willard, wow.
Oh, God, that's good.
Let's go.
Well, I'm going to go reverse real quick. I told Steiny as soon as I laid eyes on him after the reaction of the sweater vest, if you're a Warrior fan, would you want Joe Lacob to own the Angels? And I think I wouldn't. He's so great.
Came out of nowhere, but I thought interesting.
But he should be the owner of the. There was talk, And I'm like, Joe Lacob is phenomenal at his job right now. Imagine him with the Angels. Would Warrior fans feel like the only child, then they have a goo dibs, another one, and then they feel some type of way? I wouldn't want him to have another team.
That's an interesting question. I don't think it should matter too much except for one thing. Here's the one thing. If you said to me, is it okay for Joe Lacob to own another sports franchise? I'd be fine. But this one is in Southern California. You're already partnered with Peter Guber, who is a part owner of the Dodgers.
Gotcha.
And I guess my question would be, as a Warrior fan, would be, are you Bay Area? Or are you LA, right? Because that
set tripping.
That will that to a degree. The comments are too much. That matters a little bit, right? Because you're building stuff within a community.
Talk to me.
And so it's not about the rivalry or any of that stuff. It's just about, like, for instance, he's going to be going up against Stan Kroenke. If I'm a Rams fan, the owner of the Rams is going to want the Angels as well. If I'm a Rams fan, I'm great with that. Like, go ahead, take over the city, take over this whole area. That's fine. But if you've got sort of like interest in LA, that could, I don't know, emotionally get in the way of some things here.
Did you bring up the Angels because he's got a connection to the Angels?
No, just
he does. I forgot. He does.
Which
He
is
sold peanuts there. Yes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, dead serious. That's what. Like, I didn't make that connection till just now too. So he has.
I'm sorry, I haven't heard a thing you guys have said.
Give us one. Give us another one.
Lionel Castillo on YouTube. You can't walk into the airport with those guns. LOL. Stage name Smooth Goo for Michael Sanchez. Luigi Buscemi. Matching parachute pants? Can't touch this. So people are enjoying this on the YouTube and the Twitch.
If you could have saw Steiny's reaction, that's when I knew I stepped in it. Shout out Jeff Garcia. But the wife was happy, Willard.
I haven't worn a tank top since I played 8th grade at St. Rita's. There's no chance you'd catch me in a tank. We're just jealous.
Well, there's nothing to be jealous about. I'll say this about, I'm all over. I got to save it for you.
No.
Yes. Rodon. I don't care if he doesn't want to be here. You got to close the deal. Make him want to be here. And if you got to overpay Willard, overpay him. He should not do what Gosman did and just assume you can replace that, what he's doing in Toronto. This dude is probably, I know you like Webb, he's your best pitcher. If you're telling the fan base if we can get right back with some moves and we got money, you got to keep him here, man.
I totally agree.
And I get, well, what if he don't like it? Make him like it.
Right. Well, what guys usually like is the highest bidder. That's usually what they like. So I know that we do this a lot, right? Would Aaron Judge leave the short porch, or
I would,
or you're going to look? Well, yeah, but so what about this? Let's and so this is for any free agent hitter. If you're one of these guys that's going to sign a deal that's going to take you to your late 30s, how much do the numbers matter to you anymore? You're not trying to show out for another free agent deal. You're done. If you're Bryce Harper, who, if the Giants had outbid the Phillies, I do believe he would have come, you would have lost during that contract, what, 30 home runs?
All right.
40 home runs? Yep. Right? So at the end of your potential Hall of Fame career, you've got 530 home runs instead of 560 home runs. Do you care?
I'm sorry. Seriously, I don't follow the third. Where do you lose the 30 homers?
By playing at Oracle Park.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
If you're Aaron Judge, I'm going to play till I'm 38 years old. If I do it as a Yankee, I'm going to finish with X number of homers. If I do it with the Giants, there's a Y number of homers.
I got you.
But I got the money. I've got the numbers to make the whole. Do you really, really care?
That's a good question.
Is it just high bidder?
I think that's a good question. I don't think there's an obvious answer to it.
I mean, it's up to each guy.
Yeah.
But I think more often than not, it's just high bidder. That's it. Just like
be
the
highest,
rest of us.
though, Willard.
If it comes down to competition and competitive bids, and you're Aaron Judge, you're not taking this high bid. You're taking a little bit less to go somewhere where you can be a Hall of Famer. All the home runs that go to die here.
You can be a Hall of Famer here.
Are they still dying though, Dibs? Because that park is more
Ask Mark
lively now.
Brandon, how many home runs did Brandon Belt miss out on?
Yeah, but he's left-handed.
Right.
You're not losing. Look at these home runs. They're going into the 80th row.
No, go ahead.
Like,
man.
I mean, that's not out of Oracle Park. Of course it's out of Oracle Park. So, look, again, each guy, I don't know what makes him tick. But if you look at the history of free agency,
you got to start somewhere.
It's usually
far,
pretty simple.
Yeah, this would be a good place.
Wins.
Yeah,
That's
I know it's Ohtani Judge, but I told Steiny Rodon is on the top of the list for me.
They should go get them all.
Why would listening to him on the TK podcast? What did he say? 4, not 5, not 4.
It's 5.
But he
6.
had to say that because Helen Keller can see you got the team's hemorrhaging, and they don't have star talent.
But in that tank top, you get a 3.
No,
I'm afraid.
look at this.
From City Lock, shout out
This is
Chippendale. From
unbelievable.
Mr. Bridge 4, is he Bell, Biv, or DeVoe?
Oh, wow.
So a lot
Gotta
of
be what?
And
show.
Willard, you knew a
That
rap
show
lyric
is-
earlier. I ain't got to
Show
give
is
you credit.
over.
I forget
Show
what
is
song
over.
it was. You knew the verse.
Was it?
look at my boy.
Tell me, have you seen her? Was it? I don't know which one
Yeah,
it
It
was.
wasn't with
Exactly.
Montez.
Yeah, I mean, look, Aaron Judge has already got 206 career home runs. Okay, and so he's 30. So you're gonna have another what?
Yeah.
8, 9 years, at least 4 or 5 of them at the height of his powers. This guy is headed for north of 400 home runs.
All right.
This guy can make the Hall of Fame. He can do it in any major league uniform, any of them. So if the high bidder wins, I think
So,
is likely
yeah.
the answer. High bidder.
Can't they splurge? I mean, even if
Are
they
they
missed on
splurging
whoever,
on Rodon or
yeah,
Judge?
Rodon on payroll, just one time for the Giant fans, Donnie.
Well, I think they're trying. I think they've tried. I think they've. I mean, I don't know if they would have beaten the Phillies' offer by $5. Would he have come here?
I think so.
All right.
I mean, the story. He told the story.
If you believe that, you got to keep trying.
He
Keep
said, he said in his
bait in the
press
water.
conference, Philly's last offer came in, and he called Boris and said, "Where's San
They
Francisco
were that.
at?
No way.
Where are
Did he
they
end
at?"
a sentence with a preposition?
You did,
No,
well,
where they
it
be
was a
at
quote.
is what I believe
It was
he
a
said.
quote. It's a direct quote.
Where are the Giants at?
Where are the
Moron?
Giants at? Where are they at?
At what financial location are the Giants in this deal?
And if you don't know, you better act somebody. Yeah,
Totally.
that all went down. So no, yes, it's a high bidder. High bidder wins.
Oh,
Now,
man.
to back up to your Rodon point,
I just like he's a must.
I agree with you completely, and I think there's actually a bigger thing at stake here, which is that, and this is what the Giants front office needs to work on. The Giants fan base has fallen into a defeatist mentality. The idea that Rodon opting out means that he leaves, to me, says something. Who said he's leaving?
Right.
He's opting out. And so we go, well, that's it. He's leaving. That's pirate stuff. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's Marlin stuff.
I'll own it.
Right? If you opt out, but you're San Francisco and you've got the most payroll flexibility in the
got an
game,
advantage.
why shouldn't you be option one?
That's all I'm
As
saying.
far as where he
won't-
resigns.
You won't
Thank
give
you.
him the years that he wants. You haven't.
Will they?
Gosman left. You didn't give Gosman the years, and he's turned out to have a pretty good year.
So why does
Good year.
Dib say?
Good
Why do you
year.
say they
Steve
won't?
Sclafani-
But whether or not that's a good deal depends on what happens in year 3, 4, 5.
Fine, but you gave
But that's their assessment.
D. Sclafani
Yeah, that
3
was-
years.
Rodon's younger.
And that was a mistake.
Right. So this is my question will be, and I think this is player by player. It's their assessment on how they're going to age. This is why they didn't like Chris Bryant. I think they like Chris Bryant.
They won
didn't-
that one.
They didn't
Yeah.
like how he was going to age. So I don't know what their answer is with Rodon on
Well,
that.
how many years would you give him? If you have to give him the most.
However many the market
And
will
there
bear.
you go,
Five.
Stoney.
He's getting 5
that's
and
my-
125.
Let's go.
And then you get into the Giants don't really do that.
That's my point.
But that's
they
old
haven't
stuff.
done
And
that.
this
And
is-
Mark is saying they will.
Yeah. But
and
I
the
don't know
proof
for
will be in
him.
the pudding.
But I don't know for him. Like this is his first healthy arm year of his career.
But he's getting 5 and 125 from somebody.
No
They
doubt.
want-
Maybe.
it's coming.
Maybe.
But here's the thing about the Giants,
think there's
too,
no doubt.
that I think's interesting is they've had a history of kind of bringing guys on, and if they fit, then they want, like Pence to me is the perfect one. They acquire Pence at midseason. He's a giant. Maybe they don't think Rodon's a giant. You know what I mean?
Well, and Pence, a lot of those.
Beltran wasn't a giant when they got it.
But they also didn't win. A lot of those re-signings are because you win. If you win, everybody wants you to keep everybody.
Well, they're not going to technically win, but Rodon's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Yeah.
How much does he like getting the quick hook over and over and over again? I mean,
he really doesn't. I mean, he went 7 last night.
Ooh,
I mean,
7.
No, I mean, you determine whether you get to stay in.
Yeah.
If you're cooking, they're not touching you. I mean, that's baseball. They're going to pull you.
How many complete games do they have this year as a team? 2?
How many?
I know Rodon has
how many
one.
does the league have?
Yeah.
And more than the Giants do, the team average. But we'll see. I mean, Farhan, he says he wants 4 or 5 regular guys that he can play. Let's see if you can go out and get it done.
Go get him.
You know, Rodon's going to opt out. We know that. And if he's going to get 5 and 150,
It's waiting
do they
on
want
him.
to pay that? He's going to get a lot of chicken.
125 at least. 120.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already making 23.
Dude, I watched him last night. Like, why would they let him go?
Yeah.
the stadium to me is the issue that may be an issue player by player. Like, I don't think Oracle Park plays that small.
No, you're right.
I'm sorry, that big.
Yeah,
that big. But like its reputation is now preceding it. It feels like a little bit.
I mean,
some genuine shout-outs for you.
Yeah, the balls travel, though.
Exactly.
That's over. That's a myth.
The ball travels. The only way I'd hesitate, and I guess
the balls are going out on 3rd and King.
We could have had this conversation with Bryce Harper, and maybe someday we'll have it with Shohei. The only way I'm hesitating is if I'm a left-handed power hitter. That's the only way I'm hesitating.
Even for Harper?
But
no, so he said afterwards, he goes, look, we did the overlays. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, well,
all my home runs, and would they have been out of Oracle Park?
Yeah.
He's like, it was fine. It was fine.
It was the dollars.
Like, if you're a left-handed power hitter, you're like, I'll hit it all. It's like, fine.
That's what you want.
Are you saying the Giants would be reluctant to sign a left-handed power hitter?
No.
Or a left-handed power hitter more than a right-handed power?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't bring Brandon Belt to your free agent pitch to a left-handed power hitter.
I guess what I'm saying is, now the big-time righty and lefty said no.
Yeah.
Stanton.
And how about last year? They were what, second in home runs as a team?
Led the National League.
And look at the Dodgers. That ain't a bandbox, but it's still going out.
Right. Yeah. I just think, if you're Aaron Judge and you're hitting balls 450 feet,
some of them
I'm not
are
worried
just
about the damn stadium.
Yeah.
I'm worried about where I want to live and how much are you paying.
Okay, give me this, because Steiny fought me on this, and it wasn't just him. Again, I just dreamed. You guys get the chicken here. You know, big money. The taxes in California on these contracts, do you really think that is a deal breaker for some? It ain't stopping the Dodgers. Right. It ain't stopping the guys from the re-upping with the Rams. Is that really, when we're talking about this extraordinary amount of money, is that really a deal breaker?
Well,
the taxes in California, I'm asking, because to me it wouldn't be.
If push comes to shove, if you're getting $300 million here or $300 million elsewhere, $300 million here is only $265 million. So yes, it's an absolutely determinant factor.
Then pay the tax.
It can be for sure.
Yeah, it can be.
Is there anything? Go ahead, dude. No, dude. You go ahead.
One final question: who knew that Jimmy G would last longer than Guru sleeves?
I'm gonna give it to you.
This is.
Well, now there are a lot of people throwing out that with what's just taken place, that today will be the final day that this sweater appears.
Yes,
is that true or not? Because I hope you are. You strike me as a man that will laugh in the face of
winter's
of the
coming now. Yeah, so we got one more. I'm not breaking.
Let me tell you something.
Is Guru an extra on The Wire or New Jack City?
Just put a white
asking for a friend.
Put a white T-shirt on that and some glasses, and you actually are invoiced to
wear a light-colored collared shirt. Roll the sleeves up, and then you look good.
Real quick, Will, this does stem from my high school days. I was in a group called the California Casanovas. So this is what we'd wear. So we weren't thugs.
Casanovas.
Yeah, we knew the thugs, and they were on the team, but we were the, pretty boys. Back then. Skinny face.
Oh, my God.
If you're not on the YouTube or the Twitch channels, you are missing out.
So wait a minute. You and your friends didn't think Pretty Boy was a derogatory comment?
No, see, that was the beauty of it. It was a compliment, though, Steiny. Anyway, Will,
back to
it. Why is Trey playing tomorrow at all?
I agree.
Chet Holmgren on line one. I'm not doing preseason.
Dude,
are you going to go through the whole show now?
Oh, no, I'm just excited. See you later. No. Bye-bye. That's it.
Apparently, we've come to the end of the
That's a 4. Wow, Will. I got body envy.